Hey, and we are back. You see it? That's right. SKF Weekly. We are in the house. It's your man Ron and my brother John. Jose holding us down on the ones and twos. We got the New York Knicks playing the Boston Celtics tonight. This is a big game. It's a tough game. We hope the Knicks can pull out the victory. Right now, it's not looking great, but they're still in the game. They still got a chance. I don't know what the score is.
We're down
I'm on
8.
commercial.
We're down 8.
Okay,
We're down 8.
We're down 8.
We're down
Thank
8.
you, John. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Excited to be here. Happy that we're back on. It's a good game we're watching right now. It was a close one until this third quarter close out, 84-76. I think that was the score.
That is it.
Yeah, so excited to be on. Excited to talk Knicks. Very selfish basketball play tonight. I think due in parts to not having RJ Barrett. Craig, you're absolutely correct. But there are moments in the game where you're seeing the ball distributed. I mean, Grimes has about 12 points right now. I think. What does Hart have for us? Does he have
Hart currently? He is at
10.
What are we looking at here? Game tracker. Boom.
Yeah.
Live stats tell me 10. Yep. He's got 10.
10 points. So, I mean, they're doing enough to get the ball handed off to other players. I think Randall's having trouble with this double teaming and trapping that's going on. The Boston really has a certain type of defensive schema that they're putting forth. You know, they're going over the pick and roll and also trapping at the same time. So it's interesting. A lot of zone being played in this game, sort of like disguised zone being played in this game.
Yeah, I agree. Knicks need one more guy to step up offensively. They're getting 10 points from Josh Hart, which is great. They're getting 12 points from Quentin Grimes, fantastic. 21 from Julius, 20 from Brunson. But if they could get a little bit of something from either Dante DiVincenzo or Emmanuel Quickly, who's only got 5 points, I think that would give them the versatility they need to deal with this loaded Boston offensive team. Because just they need to be able to move the ball and trust one more guy out there with this defense that Boston's playing. Or unless somebody gets really hot. If Brunson or Julius just goes crazy, that's different. But.
Yeah. But they're legit. Like, they're not worried about they're not worried about the pick and roll because they're basically playing a zone right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's sort of a disguised zone. Like, they'll run them over the top, but then the secondary guy is just falling back and just falling into that zone. You know, and it's generally the guards.
This is probably the only way I will ever like this small lineup by the Knicks, because technically this is what you need to deal with this zone. You know, they've got 3. Yeah, technically they got 3 shooters on the court. Brunson's good from 3. Quickly, DiVincenzo when he wants to be, and then you're getting sneaky good from Hart tonight. So this is the way to beat the zone.
Yeah, I think what they have to do more of though is attack the paint instead of just going side to side.
Knock this down. We need this. Oh man,
good tip out.
Oh, but look at this. Oh, you ain't ready. Athleticism, nice. Dante.
Nice.
DiVincenzo. Okay, that was really dramatic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 80-86 right now. Knicks down 6. Gotta like what we're seeing.
Yeah. Oh boy. This is tough. So I think we're kind of gonna watch along with this game and go with it. And then after the game's over, we'll do the recap of what took place and then get back into talking about this game. Because this is a big game against a really good opponent. Knicks need this game. And I think this is where our focus should lie.
This is the watch along part of still Knicks fans.
There you go. That's right. SKF, the watch along edition.
What do you think about Randall's play just in general? What are your thoughts on his play today?
tonight, I think he's been playing pretty well. I think that what he's been doing the past couple games has carried over. I like the fact that he's being aggressive, he's being physical, and I think this is how he needs to play to be effective. And this is what this is what sets him apart. This is what makes it difficult for the opponent. If he's just shooting threes and not being physical, he's just like any other player. But when he's physical, that's the element we need. Oh, let's smart play, Josh Hart. Let's go.
It's a smart play, but you see how they're going side to side. They need to get a little bit more down action.
Yes,
north south, baby.
Good point.
Yeah. They're trying on defense though. They're undersized, but they're putting in a good effort. And there goes those shooters again. Pritchard.
Oh man.
They got good shooting.
They do.
It's tough to guard.
What happened? Oh, this is a delayed timeout. I guess they would have wanted a timeout before. Yeah. No, I mean, this is why I said before that to me, Boston is the team to beat. People keep making a big deal about the starting lineup, but I'm just telling you, like, this team got a lot of different weapons that can make them a complete team. It's a tough team to face.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I think the Knicks are doing a good job against them right now, but they kind of lost something. They were playing them a certain way in the first half, and then the second half, Boston is really moving the ball, finding the open shooter, and the Knicks are just a step slow. So, like, going back to what I said on Saturday with regards to Tom Thibodeau and his defense, like he's allowing the opposing team to get those 3-point shots, those perimeter shots, and I don't think he has a problem with that. But it only becomes an issue when you play a team that can shoot.
Right. And unfortunately for us, this is a team that's going to shoot it well,
Like today is one of those where you just got to hope your defensive scheme does enough to make guys uncomfortable, because when you're playing a team like this, that the other guy, guys can shoot from the perimeter and then the bench can shoot from the perimeter, and you're trying to say, okay, let them get the perimeter shots and we'll lock down the interior. But the interior guys you're facing are Tatum, Brown, Porzingis. Like, this is not easy.
Right.
Not easy.
Right. It's true. And they're able to get second chance points and point opportunities because they got a decent amount of height, and so they're able to tip the ball out, or they're just actively, pursuing a rebound on the offensive side. So, without RJ Barrett, and a formidable three with some height, we're running into little issues on the rebounding side. So
100%.
It's interesting.
100%. Shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for rocking with us. I know you're watching the Knick game along while we're doing it, and I know a lot of people aren't tuned in yet, but we appreciate those that are here, that are watching, viewing, or in the chat. Shout out to Wonder Woman. Salute. Greg. Salute. Ice Mike in the building. What's good, y'all? All right. So Tatum's got 20, 8 of 17, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Okay.
It's a decent game.
Yeah, it's like the Knicks are playing him good enough that he's not going crazy on us.
Right. It's the supporting cast. It's Hauser, knocking down those threes, and key shots. I mean, they've also Jalen Brown has hit some key shots. So he's
played well.
What is it? Pritchard's got a couple shots in, right? It's the defense too, though. They play a really stout defense too. With this zone, they're really comfortable. You see how they just
you got to move the ball. Oh,
but you got to be willing to shoot the ball. You got to be willing to shoot the ball.
Look at Josh Hart. That's what I'm talking about. High IQ, man.
But you got to shoot that rock, man. That's easily a turnover right there.
I can't be mad at him for the hesitation because Drew was right there. He probably should have never just went up that quick.
Yeah.
Why do I keep calling him Drew? It's Drew.
Drew. But that's when you hit him with the head fake, Like if you see him closing out.
See, he's right
because
there.
He's closing out. Yeah, but that's almost
it should have
really
been
close to being.
Well, to your point, John, he never should have left his feet. That's what really.
Oh yeah, you head fake that and you drive, but we're not driving. That's the kicker right there. It's like we'll get past our defender and then we'll go side to side instead of driving to the basket, collapsing the defense. Zone, you have to attack the middle of a zone. You can't just swing side to side. That's like they know this. They should know this. Oh,
Oh,
good shot by
Brunson.
Brunson.
This is
Here we
what I'm
go.
talking about.
Here we go. All
I'm
right,
feeling a
let's
little better
go.
now. Feeling a little better.
Yes, sir.
And the good thing is that they're closing the gap and making this game a game with Julius being
Yeah.
on the bench, getting some good rest.
Oh, that's good defense.
Oh,
better
wow.
shot. And one.
And one. Oh.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
that's tough.
Wow. Wow. He's telling him to calm down. Tibbs is telling him to calm down. He was all up on him.
Yeah, you got to give him some space, man. Give him some
Got to
room.
give him some space. Oh, that's a big time shot right there. And he's got that high arcing shot. Like, he gets it off high. There's nothing's low with his shot.
His with the length and the height difference. Yeah, that's that's tough.
Interesting.
I see what you're saying, Craig. I mean, we move the ball better, yes, but it all depends on how the game is flowing. Because on the offensive side, Julius is also a zone buster. Like if he goes in aggressively, he can break that zone and he can dish it out to an open man for a perimeter shot, or
and
take
that
it
worked
strong
in
to
the
the
first
basket.
half.
Yeah,
that was pretty much
like,
the scheme of the first half, right?
I see what he's saying, though.
So, yeah, that was the scheme of the first half, though. We were really, he was really making the right pass, and when he was getting trapped. So,
oh man, they call that
okay,
offensive
how
foul.
many? Yeah, they call the moving screen.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive foul on Hart. Is that 4? That's 4 on
4.
Hart.
Well, you just gotta calm down.
Clamp
I
it
like
down.
the fact
Clamp
he's on
it down.
Holiday. Holiday's not doing that much.
Yeah. But then that leaves DiVincenzo with the hard matchup.
Yeah, but that was good help.
Giving up
that's
how
how
many?
you're supposed to play.
Good move. Good move. Oh, come on, Hart.
We got nothing
Gotta
out
get
of
there.
that, man.
Gotta get back. This is where they hit. This is where they hit. It's that transition. Can't be on the floor.
Damn it, man.
Easy said than done, man. That's a tough one. That transition is not easy.
Yeah, that's rough.
Especially when you're down a player.
And, but this is why I'm saying, this is why I said that we need one extra person to step up and get some buckets. Like if Quickly got going right now, it would be great.
Yeah.
But Quickly's about to come out the game in a minute because they're going to bring Julius back. They're going to bring Mitch back. Grimes is not in there right now, is he?
No, he isn't.
The Grimes is going to come back. Yeah, so Quickly's about to leave.
Maybe, depending. I guess we'll see. We'll see how this works out because, Quickly doesn't have it going, though. That's another thing. If
That's
he had
the
it
thing.
going,
He doesn't have it going.
Playing him.
He would definitely stay in there. Well, Craig, it's not even, it's not even the fact that they don't put their hands up. See, the way we see it, camera angles and viewership, like the way we look at it, it looks like the guys are a lot closer to defending than they are. And then with that height difference from the release of the players, like all these guys are shooting from a distance, and then certain guys like Tatum and Brown, they got good height. So these guys, like their hands are just not as close as you think to affecting the guy's shot. Now, I will say they should definitely do a better job at keeping Pritchard and Hauser from getting those shots up. But
yeah, close out a little stronger, but it's not easy, man. Both those guys are talented enough to drive to the basket too.
And it's
that's
not
the key.
and,
you got to play. You got to be honest.
True. You got to keep them on. But the other thing is, outside of that, bro, Tatum, Brown, Porzingis, all these guys command so much attention that you're paying attention to them, and you're cheating that way, and that's giving those shooters like Pritchard and Hauser an opportunity to get the shot off.
Right.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, you got to pick your poison with the Celtics, right? That's basically what that's what you got to do. You got to pick your poison, and then you can't let all three guys get off on you. You know what I mean? You got to allow just one player to beat you if you can.
Right. Shout out to David L. What's good, bro? If it was up to me right now, let's see what they do. But if they start subbing guys back in and Brown comes back in and Porzingis, I'm how do you do this though? I'd probably rather have Porzingis taking shots because he's the cold one out of everybody else.
He's the
Like
one
Brown
who's
is
not
hot.
playing.
Tatum's starting to
Yeah.
cook.
It's tough.
That's tough. That's what man, that's why they've been running through the league. They're 7-2 right now, I believe.
They're second place in the East, right? So I think
Mhm.
the team that's the most surprising as of right now is the
Philadelphia,
76ers.
right? It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
See, that's why we can't, as fans, we can hope we can't talk, man. We talk about, oh, Embiid's out. Look at that team. Yeah, look at the team.
Yep. They're still solid. They got a better chemistry without Harden. It's interesting.
All the way to the Banda. Oh, good rebound, Julius.
The rebound, Julius.
See,
oh,
that's why you need
you don't
Julius,
get that
Craig, right
second
there.
you don't get the second chance points right there because they're easily going the other way. Hartenstein's missing the gimmies right there. He needs to go up and grab that instead of trying to do the tapping.
Nah, bro.
Craig's
Yeah.
migraine.
Nah, you can't. Yo, I don't know if you've ever gotten migraines, bro. They're a killer. I get migraines. Those will knock you out.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. Hey, Julius got some decent numbers, though. 21-9, 4 assists.
Yeah. Think about it like this, Craig.
Assists.
His headache is so bad because that's how migraines are. He's not there. You know what I mean? He cannot play and be sitting on the sideline. He can't be there. It's too loud. It's the lights. He can't be there. It's crazy, bro. Migraines suck. For real.
And they're terrible when they're consistent, when they're attached to like seasonal allergies. They become even worse because it's like everything attached to it.
Yeah.
Sinuses and all of that.
Well, this is probably going to be the last chance for the Knicks to make a run here. Down 8, 6 minutes left. Yeah, they got to clamp
get
down.
Some stops. Yep, gotta get some stops. Who you letting shoot, man?
Well,
I'm letting.
I was wrong about
Drew.
who they'd put out
Give it
because they don't have none of those. Oh no, he is there.
They got them all
in the corner.
Yeah.
But nah, I don't like that shot though. That's a close shot. I want him up top. Oh, good D.
Good defense. Good. Oh, what?
They caught him with the travel. Let's go.
But
that was good defense by Julius.
That was.
Craig, he must have heard you. He must have heard you. Good pass. Oh, I don't know about this play. Oh no, I don't know. Oh, kickball. We got lucky there. You got bailed out, Julius. That was a horrible pass. You can't throw those type of passes to Mitchell Robinson down
to
low.
a big guy. Yeah, that's what they got to learn. You can't you can't do bounce passes to bigs, man. They ain't ready for those. It's too much, too far away to go to catch.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. Oh, that would have been nice if he could have been able to get it to him. Look at this shot. That's a tough one. Way to get back on defense. Good job. Oh, the Knicks calling a foul? Where's the foul on that one? I got to see this again.
That's crazy. It looked like
unless he hit him in the head, unless he hit him in the head that we missed, I don't know. Of course, they're not showing the replay. This must be Boston TV over here. What are we doing? Ball lies. Are we not showing the replay? Damn, was it evident? Was it blatant? Jeez. Okay, whatever.
It might have been blatant. Who knows? Maybe they did.
It might have been. They're like, forget it.
They didn't show that at all. Quick, get going. See, left.
Oh my God.
You don't want that.
That might be.
Yep.
Down 10, 5 minutes left. That's a bad one. That's a bad one right there, folks. Oh, man.
This goes their pick and roll. Oh
I mean,
boy,
that's too
that was
easy.
too easy.
That is slicing
That's
and
too
dicing,
easy.
man.
Too easy. Too worried about getting a foul at that point.
See, this is where if I was Tom Thibodeau, and I'm not saying Quickly's playing bad defense, he's probably playing good defense. I get Grimes in there. Grimes is doing something tonight. I mean, yeah, Quickly got to do what he got to do, but
There you
I
go.
still
But
would
you
get Grimes in there.
see how late in the shot clock he's doing it, though. You got to get into
Yeah.
that early. Got to get into that move early.
Maybe we can get a substitution now. I think Grimes got to be on this floor, man. I don't know who he's going to replace, but he got to get out there. Oh, tee him up. I seen that.
Tatum got a gripe. He felt like he got fouled by
Julius. He did get teed up. Yeah. It looked like he deserved the tee on that. Good way to go, Mr. T. Yeah. And I don't mean the guy from the A team.
We're looking like Quickly got to knock these down. There we go. Bring it down to 9. Let's go quick. See, this is where we get to. We gotta knock down these free throws, man.
And this will help him get going. But yeah, there's nobody. I guess there's nobody to take out because Josh Hart, outside of that horrible shot he just took, and that layup that he missed, he's been playing really good tonight.
Right. And then if somebody gets into foul trouble or fouls out, you need Grimes to come in. So that's sort of the thinking.
Yeah, but you also got DiVincenzo on the bench too.
Well, it's true. But he's probably riding on the, the hot hand of hoping that Quickly gets hot.
I think the only thing I can't be mad at because I would go with Grimes here. Yeah, that's his guy, and Quickly gets shots. Like Quickly will be aggressive and go get it, whereas Grimes has to let it come to him. And right now we need aggression because we need some shots to go up and get in those in the basket.
That's a good point. You got to be aggressive to the basket, which Quickly hasn't been until this last play. So we'll see.
Where's the what are we looking at? Well, I mean, yeah, I can't be. A couple bad plays didn't look that great for Hart, but I can't be mad at 15 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. You gotta, it is what it is.
Sometimes you come up against a better team. It's just the way it is.
Damn it, man. And then it has to happen where we had momentum. We were playing good. All our guys were out there, and then RJ's out with a migraine. Oh man, something has to happen.
Listen, it's 4 minutes left. We could go on a little run. Just got to knock down these free throws, man. And we just got to be aggressive on the defensive side. Grab them rebounds. Don't give them second shot opportunities. And then we got to make ours. That's really what it comes down to. Making ours. Easier said than done, but.
Yeah. And Craig, you're right. I mean, I hear you. But like I said, there's certain reasons why you need Julius out there. But you are right. One thing I will say that I've noticed in this game when I was able to watch comfortably, with him out there, the shot clock has been going down. Like, and when he's had the ball in the first half, he was scoring late with the shot clock, like not being decisive about what they were doing. So I will say that's true. And that was a big shot. That might have been the dagger. But there's still time, but that's a rough one. Yeah, need that movement.
Yeah, this zone is really killing Quick. Quick is trying to get off that one-on-one shot, but they're just zoning him. You see how they're playing it. They're just zoning him. They're dropping off him, dragging him to the center position, dragging him right to Porzingis.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to end this game. See that shot.
Yeah, that was definitely a try.
Oh, Jalen, man. Keep your head in the game, buddy.
Yeah. Costly turnovers at the end.
If they hit a 3 here, that's what I swear to you, that always happens. When you make a bad turnover, they always hit you with a 3 to let you know that's how big that play was. I mean, they were already down, but That's
Yeah,
it.
now it's in a surmountable lead right now, especially with the way they're
Yeah,
playing. Now they just
that's
move the ball, run the clock out.
that's it.
All right, we can move on. we could talk because play all the way to the end because Tibbs ain't never gonna put in his reserves. He'll never throw out the white flag. They're not coming back in this one. They got outclassed. Exactly. That's well put by Ice Mike. They just got outclassed. Exactly.
I just think that you know, this was really good from Boston, bro. Shout out to you, John, for calling that. Like the fact that you have to play this team that's already tough. You know they got all these weapons, and then they come out and say on defense, we're going to hit you with this pseudo zone because
Yeah.
we know you're not great at shooting. Let's see how you beat us. Like that's a good
or
game
driving.
plan.
They stopping them from driving to the basket.
They are stopping them from driving to the basket too. That's true. That's a good
yeah.
Damn it. Man, that stinks. 32-7-5. Man, that happened quickly. He was quiet. I swear I felt like we just looked at him and he had 20 points after that commercial.
He was pretty had a decent game, nothing crazy, but
yeah.
now it looks real good.
Jeez. To be a star in the league.
That's interesting
look who's in the game. Oh man, a little too late, Tibbs, in my opinion, but whatever. Who am I?
Right now, he just wants to get the starters accustomed to playing this against this defense. That's what
against the defense. Yeah, this is a teaching moment right here.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, man!
I see Craig is fed up with Randall. He's like, he cares about is padding his points right now, but he's passing the rock. So I guess his assist numbers up. Get that triple dub. You gotta get that triple dub, right?
What else is there to do?
Get that triple dub. So let's go right into our first games of the week, man. So you know how this one's gonna end up.
Something tells me you don't believe they're gonna come back, John, and I'm shocked.
Nah. It's 2 minutes, man. They're just running out the clock. It's easy enough to run this clock down.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. All right, guys. Well, this stinks. It's kind of like anticlimactic. I was in a good mood, man. Now I'm like, wah, wah. I'm like, shoot.
So what happens when we have to do a watch along on the same, during our start of our show.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. It's just it really sucks the life out of you, man. Anyway, I don't know if that's a pause moment, but I'll pause for the immature out there. So, I guess our first game was San Antonio, then Charlotte, then Boston, because we were doing the Clipper game while we were on last Monday.
That's right.
Yeah, correct. Yep. That is correct. So yeah. So then. I thought he was going to hit that. So the Knicks played the San Antonio Spurs. They came to the Garden. Oh, wow. Who hit that one?
It's not worth watching. He hasn't shot anything today.
Now, folks. It's raining threes.
Derek White was 0 for 6, and he hit that shot from the field.
So San Antonio came into the Garden, and we got to see Wembanyama, the Wembanyama Rama up close, the 7'3", 7'4" phenom, whatever he may be. And the Knicks had a really good game plan for them. They wound up winning the game 126-105. They played San Antonio very tough. They played San Antonio like they were better than San Antonio. They led from start to finish. And every time San Antonio tried to cut back into the lead, the Knicks held them off and then extended the lead again. And they did a fantastic job being physical with Wembanyama. Hart was physical with them. Hartenstein was physical with them. Julius was physical with them. Everybody who was playing against
Mitch.
them tried to put a body on him. Mitch was did a really good job against Wemby.
Yeah,
So yeah, it was just a good game plan, and for a young team that just wasn't ready to deal with what the Knicks had planned for them. So yeah, man,
right.
that was it. What's your thoughts on the San Antonio game?
It's interesting because it's something about the way Coach Tibbs coaches his defense that usually works well against a Popovich offense. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I
Hmm.
think the last few years we've had the better of Pop. You know, at least Thibodeau has. Um, and yeah, there's been a lack of talent there in the recent years, but I think all in all, when you look at their matchups, it seems like Popovich teams never really get off offensively against a Coach Tibbs defense. So it was more like that this time around. They really had a good sort of strategy against Wemby. They pushed him away from the basket. Forced him to take tough shots. Um,
Hmm.
and yeah, he really wasn't in the flow of the offense really. So all in all, I think it was a good matchup for us. It was a good win. Nothing to boast about because again, San Antonio is extremely young. They're a team that's really just trying to learn their players and figure out what team they're going to become. They don't
Hmm.
really have an identity yet, but at some point they'll build that identity. And Wemby, of course, with that size and his agility, is going to be a problem. So very
Agreed.
similar
Agreed.
to Porzingis, Kevin Durant type. With that height, you can't teach height, but you also can't teach the finesse and touch that he will develop that 3-point shot. So it's going to be a tough matchup in the future. But for right now, I think we got their number. And they make young like mistakes that a young team usually makes. So starting to see that more and more.
Yep. Agreed. That's exactly what took place. It was nice to see in this game in particular against the Spurs. All three of the Knicks big three all played well. RJ had 24
Hmm.
and 6 and 2. Julius had 23, 16 and 5, and Jalen had 25, 6 and 2. So all three of them had good games, and efficient games too.
Right. That's what we got to see a lot more of in this season. If we can see a lot more of that, we'll win a lot more games. We'll be in closer games than we are today. Obviously,
Hmm.
Boston just slip away, and they pretty much are dominating now at this point of the game. It's over. I'm not sure why all these players are still in it, but it is what it is. But I think if we have three players in double digits, 20s, eight, high teens, I think we'll stand a good chance of winning games, especially because we play aggressively on the defensive side.
So another thing, not to get away, but just going. I'll save it. We'll come back to it in a minute. I'm just noticing something about this game, but I'll remember it. Um, so yeah, so that was the game, folks. I mean, Wemby was not a non-factor, and he did a little something late, but the game was already kind of out of whack. He finished with 14 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block. But he was flustered all night. He was 4 of 14 from the field, 0 of 4 from three. The Knicks did a really good job against, and not just him, because they also in this game was the first game of Devin Vassell coming back from injury. He only had 4 points in 12 minutes. And another thing that was important in this game too, in 33 minutes of play, Keldon Johnson was held down, 4 of 9 from the field, 1 of 4 from three. He only had 9 points. So that was big to really stop some of the best players that San Antonio had to throw out there offensively. And yeah, so nice game. Put that in the books. This one's over, folks. Knicks lose to Boston 114-98. Um, yeah,
Back
it
to the
wasn't
drawing
it
board.
wasn't every yeah, but you know what? The thing is, this is not a horrible loss, guys, because the Knicks have some opponents coming up that they can really, do some good work against. If they had beat Boston, the Knicks could have gone on a nice run. But that being said, they can start again and they might be able to get another 3 or 4 game win streak before they have to face someone else that might give them a problem, I think. So, yeah, this is not bad. It's a hiccup, but and it's weird that the Knicks are playing better as a team now, but they played worse against Boston in the end than how they played in game 1 of the season. In game 1 of the season, they played Boston really well. But I kind of think that that's the part of the fact that both teams were still just trying to find, where they are in the league. It's early in the season, so you can steal a game. That's why I wanted the Knicks to steal that game. It is what it is, folks. That's
Yeah,
what
it's
happened.
tough when you play a team like this. Team, they're primed, they're ready to go. They're expecting to win as many games as they possibly can. They're not going to let up. So, and they played well. Got to give it up to Boston. They played a good game today.
That they did. So that brings us to the next game, folks, which was the Knicks versus Charlotte Hornets. Knicks wound up beating Charlotte 129-107. This was another pretty thorough job by the Knicks. Not as start to finish as the game versus San Antonio. Charlotte actually had some moments where they were playing well, but the Knicks kind of kept at it and just kept extending the lead, withstanding what Charlotte was doing and then building on it, and it turned into a blowout in the end. But even though they were playing really good and playing good defense, there was one guy they could not stop in this game, folks. LaMelo Ball was on fire from wherever he wanted to be on the court. He had 32 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. He was the lone bright spot for Charlotte. I mean, Nick Richards finished with 16 and 4. I would say the only other person that might have really put a dent in this game was Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller got off to an incredibly hot start to start the game. In like 10 minutes of play, he was 5 of 6 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. He had 11 points, 3 rebounds, but then he tweaked his ankle. He tried to, he left the game. He tried to come back, didn't really feel right, and that was it. That his night was over. So Brandon Miller could have made things a little bit more difficult because he was hot. But in the end, once again, going back to the Knicks' big three, RJ had 24, 4 and 2. Julius had 23, 5 and 5, and Jalen had 21, 1, 1, 1. Weird numbers there. But even though those were weird numbers, Jalen was 7 of 12, 58%. Randall was 8 of 16, 50%. RJ was 9 of 16, 56%. So they were all efficient once again. So they all had good games. What was your thoughts
not to
on
mention
the Charlotte game?
Quickly had a good game too against.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, my fault.
9 assists
Quickly
on that game as well.
Yep, and 17 points and 5 rebounds. So he also played very well. And they brought it up in the beginning of this game. I just want to say this real quick. Quickly's assist turnover ratio has been incredible to start the season. I don't remember what
didn't really show up today, though.
No, it didn't. It did not.
It didn't show up today. I think it was the schema that Boston was putting in front of him. You know what I mean? He wasn't prepared for taking advantage of what he was seeing on the court. So they're gonna have to really lock in and on the film. Really hit the film really hard. Watch some video. Make sure they study that because they're gonna see this often, especially if they struggle with defenses that are gonna sort of placate or actually go to the zone, sort of like this quasi zone that they're throwing at the Knicks today. But yeah, against Charlotte, I didn't see anything from Charlotte that was scary. LaMelo's gonna do LaMelo. He's talent. Talent's always gonna shine, but I think talent of that level can't just beat an entire team. I think he's gonna need help with some other key players on that team, and they're pretty thin when it comes to the talent side of things. So I expect the Knicks to win those games. If we come out and lose those games, that'll be disappointing. So I'm happy that we took that win. I'm happy we took the win against the Spurs because those are the games we got to get fat with. You know what I mean? Then when it come up against the Milwaukees of the world, Miami, and Boston Celtics, that, and even the 76ers, we may really struggle. But as long as we're in the games, at the end we have a chance.
Agreed. Yeah, those are the games you got to win, man. And this is going to be that. Now, this is different. The Knicks team in the past, when John used to say you got to get fat against these teams, it's like it's still we'll see what happens, right? Because it could go either way. Knicks are a good team now. They have to beat these teams now. Now you when the Knicks go up against a Charlotte or a San Antonio or
Detroit
I don't know
Pistons,
Detroit
Detroit,
Pistons,
yeah, the Atlanta Hawks.
Houston.
We gotta win the next one. Like, there's no
You
reason why
got to
we
win
shouldn't.
these type of games. You got to win these type of games.
Right.
Yeah.
There are no
So,
excuses. At least that's how I feel. There shouldn't be no excuses to losing games of that nature. Now, a team like Orlando could surprise you. So they're a team that's sort of on the rise. So, a team like OKC, may surprise you. So, you know what I mean? Like Toronto Raptors, just because of their height and their athletic ability. But for the most part, you should be in those games. There's no reason why we should be losing to the Pacers. There's no reason why, you know what I mean? Because for teams that you're supposed to beat, or you should be more dominant than, you're supposed to come out and be effective, both on the offensive side and on the defensive side.
it's very true. It's very true. So before we continue to talk about tonight's game, there was one player I wanted to highlight from the Charlotte Hornets game. He would be what we like to call our BBG. You know what that means, right, folks? That's right, the big bucket getter. None other than Mr. RJ Barrett, folks. Yes, RJ was 24 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. But more importantly, folks, 56% from the field, 66.7 from the 3-point field goal area, 4 of 6 from 3. Let me tell you something, man. I don't know who this RJ is, but I'm digging it. I'm liking this young man. He is balling right now. And you know what's the worst thing? This is one thing that I think really is sad, John, that I'm not liking. Other people have already said it in the chat. People are saying it on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Can the Knicks not play and win without RJ Barrett on the court? What is happening right now? What has happened to this team? This is not good, John. This is not good.
No, it's interesting. Interesting enough to say that I was hoping that yesterday's game was going to transfer. Like, all 3 players were going to play good tonight. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to play. He was a game time decision, and they decided that he's out with the migraine. So it's just one of those weird things. I thought we had the momentum going into this game, but again, we'll see. I just hope that he keeps it up to a full season. I'm glad that he's prepared, and he's prepared himself mentally and physically. I think from what everyone's saying is that the World Games, sort of the FIFA games, helped, and it hopefully helped boost his confidence as well, his shooting ability. So looking forward to the next game. I'm hoping that this migraine isn't something more severe, or it doesn't come with sort of a flu-like allergy or symptoms like that may keep him out a couple of days. But I think we play Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's in tournament game against the Hawks. I could be wrong though. It's hard to follow this new schedule what they got going on. But
yep, Wednesday at 7:30 against the Hawks. You are on point.
Yeah, is it a tournament game though? Because I know they have to play a couple of tournament games throughout.
It doesn't
play.
Oh no,
Doesn't
no,
say,
it's
right?
not. It says
not?
it says it. It's not Wednesday. Friday is a tournament game against the Wizards.
Friday. Oh, okay. So we should win. Look at that. Those are 2 winnable games right there. So we should be back in the winning streak. So, yeah, absolutely.
So what I was going to say before that I was trying to hold off and getting to was another thing that I noticed in this game. Now, granted, I understand he did a really good job. He was kind of perusing the perimeter, and so that would take him away from something. But Mitch finished with 6 rebounds, and I don't know, man. I think for the Knicks to be effective, he has to be down low and be in that area, being dominant on the boards, but also being in that area to be more of a defensive presence. Now, granted, when I'm saying this, I get it, guys. If you look at the box score, it doesn't matter because the Knicks out rebounded Boston. I think Boston had 42 rebounds and the Knicks had 51, something like that. So they still out rebounded them, but it's Mitch's effectiveness and his being a deterrent for against what they're trying to do. So I don't know. I don't know if it matters, but I kind of think it does because that's how we've been winning with him doing that. We still got the rebounds no matter what, but I just feel like he wasn't rebounding well because he was pulled away from the basket.
Oh,
And if he pulled away from the basket, that hurts our defense overall.
that's to Boston's benefit, but how do you cover 4 guys that can shoot, including the center, right? And that's
Oh,
every
bro.
player can light it up from the outside, so you have to play somewhat of a defense unless you're just zoning all the way and allowing them to shoot threes at will. Like
Yeah.
there's no way that you can not have Mitch out there in the perimeter. Plus, they did pick and
Yeah.
rolls multiple times and put him on the screen and roll and use Porzingis as a decoy. It's like it's easy basketball when everyone
Yeah.
can shoot.
And like I said, in fairness, even with that and having to use, they still did a great job, an incredible job on the
Yeah,
boards.
team rebounding. Yeah, for sure. Team rounding.
Yeah.
Team
So,
rebounding was efficient today for sure.
final score once again was 114-98, folks. Knicks lose to the Boston Celtics. That's rough. That's tough, man. That is tough. Let's look at Boston's numbers real quick. Jalen Brown, 22, 6, and 5. Jason Tatum, 35, 7, and 6. Kristaps Porzingis, 21, 6, and 3. Drew Holiday, 14 and 7. He had 7 rebounds. Sam Hauser had 12 points. And that was it. That's what really did it. That was enough, though. It's
Yeah.
tough. That's tough. Those
But
big
again,
threes, it's rough.
second chance points, right? Second shot
Mm-hmm.
opportunities, big shots in crucial moments of a game. They were big on the defensive stops. Like they had a lot more defensive stops. Turnovers. What was the turnover battle? I think they had less turnovers than we did.
No, they have more. They had 11 and we had 8.
Oh, look at that. That's interesting. It seemed like the ball was more sided to their side on the turnover ratio, but I was wrong. Yeah, again, they made shots. We didn't. It came down to shot making, right?
Yeah. Even the foul calls, like I was complaining a little bit. Others were complaining about the calls that weren't happening. Knicks finished with 16 fouls. Boston had 22 fouls. So,
Yeah,
I
it was
guess
pretty
they were
even.
calling something. They were
Yeah,
calling
they were
something.
calling.
Yeah. As far as the Knicks go offensively in this game, Jalen Brunson had 26 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. Julius Randle had 25 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Quentin Grimes had 12 points, 1 assist. And the other person in double figures was Josh Hart, who finished with 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists, 1 steal. To me, like I said, once again, for the Knicks to win, especially if you got a guy like RJ Barrett who's playing really well and he's not out there, somebody else other than so this had to happen. Like Josh Hart needed to step up. That's okay. That's 1, right? Quentin Grimes added 12 points. That's great. You need that. That's 2. Now, these aren't a lot of points. It's not like either of these guys has 20 something, but if that's what you're getting from these guys, you still need 1 more. I think You need one more to be able to really compete against another team that's good. It still might not have been enough against Boston, who's loaded, but you needed one more guy. So like if Quickly would have had a really good game, or DiVincenzo would
Like
have
12
been,
to 15 points. Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm with
needed
you there.
one more. You needed one more, but it is what
and
it
they
is,
had
man.
opportunities. Like what they quickly didn't seem like he was throwing up shots. What did he shoot?
No, he was Quickly couldn't hit a barn in the backyard, or no, I don't know. I don't have no sayings. He was 1 for 10 from the field and 1 for 2
See,
from
that's
3.
huge. That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
That right there could cost you the game. What did DiVincenzo shoot?
He was 2 for 6 and
2
1
for
for
6.
4 from 3.
Yeah. There you go.
Just these guys, those two didn't. I mean, DiVincenzo is still teeter-tottering, like 2 for 6. A couple more shots, you could kind of turn that around. The 1 for 10 is rough. That's a rough night. So I don't know.
But the combination of the two combined, isn't a good shooting night. So
I'm gonna say something. The only thing I could think that the Knicks maybe could have done in this game, I'm gonna go back to it again. Back to Tom Thibodeau. When we had 7 minutes left in the game, I think Tom Thibodeau could have went to the bench and took Quickly out and brought back Grimes then, because Grimes was 4 for 6 from the field and 4 for 6 from 3. I guess all his shots were threes. He had a hot hand. And when you're struggling, like especially against the zone, you got to go with whatever you got. And this was a night that Grimes could have been a lot more beneficial. I don't know. I'm not going to say this is the reason why we
driving,
lost.
though.
Yeah. Well, no, I know.
That's the biggest thing is like if you're just predicated to the corner and you're not, if the ball's kicked to you and you're just solely focused on shooting a three, that's not going to work with the defense they're throwing at you. Even though he had 12 points, it's like you have to be open when you're getting the shots up, right? So if they're closing out on you, you got to give them something else to defend. Got to take the ball to the basket. You got to drive and collapse the defense. Like you have to have the ability to do that. And that's some of the things that I'm not seeing enough of right now. I mean, he has it. He just hasn't used it. So hopefully he starts to use it more.
And so Knicks 100, shout out to you. He says Grimes gave up 2 critical rebounds. That's why he was out of the game, and why maybe Thibodeau didn't feel like putting him back at that point. Maybe just, he felt more comfortable with IQ out there. He's not saying that, but I'm adding to it. So
maybe.
Okay. I mean, if he gave up 2 critical rebounds, I guess, I must have missed it because, obviously we're on the show, but yeah, it's tough.
It was that inbounds play that went over to Drew Holiday over DiVincenzo. He kind of abused him in the post. He basically boxed him out, caught the ball, the inbound pass, and just laid it up like he's too small. And I think he also, catered to the fans, stating that he was too small to guard him. So it's like plays like that. It's like they sort of know who they have on that team and where their strengths are, and they cater to those strengths. Where the Knicks, I don't know, we cater to our strengths, but I think we needed that extra scoring punch from a Quickly. I think that was definitely missing tonight.
Yeah, you might be right. You might have a point there. And shout out to the chat once again. Appreciate y'all. I see more people have joined, obviously, since the game is over. Shout out to Karen Fung. Karen, it's great to see you back in the fold. You're jumping in on the shows again. All the chats. It's really good to see you back and being in the Knicks community. Shout out to King Ribby, Ice Mike in the building once again. Shout out to Kareem Grant. Was good, Kareem. Appreciate you. Shout out to my guy Deron Wayne, man. I've been trying to shout you out for a couple shows, Deron. Thank you for being a member of SKF, bro. I appreciate you being a member of the show.
So do I.
should I say? Yeah. Oh wait,
And I'm
yeah.
sure
Sorry,
Jose
we
does as well.
appreciate you. My bad. I'm sorry. My fault.
Don't
We
worry about it.
appreciate you
It's
being
your
a
world. We're living in it. It's all good.
no, that ain't how it is. Good thing that Jose don't got the soundboard working out. We would hear the wah wah wah. I don't need to hear that.
Should I? No.
No. Shout out to Julian Blum in the building. Called Mega NYK's in the building. Salute. Let me see. Old Head is in the building. Salute, Old Head. Jay from PR is here, my guy. I don't know if I asked you this from before, Jay. Are you in Bayamon, San Juan, Ponce? Where are you in PR, bro? Jersey Shore's in the building. Appreciate you. Yeah.
What up? Salute to everybody for joining us today, man.
And shout out to Paris Duggar. Thank you for the generous super chat. He says Coach Dum Dum and his 8-man rotation on a back-to-back. I actually forgot this was a back-to-back.
Yeah.
Tom
it's
Thibodeau,
not going to
man.
change. We got
an 8-man rotation
we have.
With RJ being out on a back-to-back. Oh, man, that's Tom Thibodeau be.
He don't play those games.
This is like when you think about certain things. Shout out to you once again, Parrish. Back-to-back games going up against the Boston Celtics. You found out it's a late scratch. RJ's not playing, and you don't make any extra substitutions. You don't bring in,
the Boston Killer. You talk about a Boston Killer?
Yeah, you don't bring in Fournier.
The Boston Sniper.
The Boston. Yeah, you don't bring in Fournier. You don't bring in Deuce just to spell some minutes to give somebody. And hold on, there's one more piece of this. In the first quarter, all the announcers kept talking about was how frantic a pace it was. This is a back-to-back for the Knicks. They're running up and down. It's going crazy. And you just stay with an 8-man rotation. This is, when I look at it, I'm getting a little bit more upset about it. I ain't gonna lie, John. I know it's early. I know this is Tibbs. I know this is who he is. But you know what this kind of reminded me of? Playoff Tibbs. I don't love playoff Tibbs when he does stuff like this. I think it's early in the season. I think it's a back-to-back. I think Julius in the last game had to. What did he do? He did the signal over to the bench to tell him to bring him out. And this is the next game after that. I don't know.
He's getting to his form. He's getting to playoff form. He got to get ready. He got to ready himself. It's the play-in tournament.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Jersey Shore says, Ron, you and I both know why we lost this game. JR thinks he's Tiny Archibald. We were only down by 3 points, and he turned the ball over 2 times in a row, and some people want to blame Grimes. Okay, I see your point. I don't know what happened with Grimes, guys. I'll be honest. I read what I read here in the chat, but I must have missed it. I didn't see what Grimes did so wrong. I know Knicks 100 said he made he gave up 2 critical rebounds. I didn't see it, so I don't know how bad it was. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
I didn't really catch that one either.
Yeah, I didn't see it, so I don't know what to say. I mean, I guess it was pretty bad. I mean, I don't know. I still don't think
not to mention we were watching while we were on, right? Like towards the back end of the game, maybe the second half. I don't know. We were on already.
I don't know. I don't think that I would have left him on the bench when I know that I am down a player and I'm on back-to-backs and it's a frantic pace and they're hitting us with a zone and Grimes is a good defender and a good shooter and he's hot. Like there's too many ands right here, folks. So I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's crazy.
Yeah. It comes down to execution in the end of games. When you're against a team like Boston, you could make very little mistakes on the offensive end, and on the defensive end, you know, there's not much you can do other than hope that they miss shots and continue to do, rebound the ball. but really we didn't get a chance to get out in transition much of any. And again, that zone, that they put in front of us, like we ran into trouble. Julius had trouble, especially in the second half. Passing out of the double team or making the right call, right the decision. Jalen Brunson also had a couple of big mistakes down the stretch, also costly turnovers, bad shooting, Hart as well, poor shooting when it counted, things like that nature, man. It happens. You got to execute down the stretch, and we didn't do that. So at the end of the day, we come up short because they're a better team. At this point in time, they're the better team.
Right now, at this point in time, I could say that they're a better team. At this moment,
Right.
I can honestly say that. The first game of the
Yeah.
season, I couldn't say that yet. It was the first game of the season. But now I can say right now they're playing like a better team. They have a lot more continuity and fluidity to what they're doing out there on the court. They've got a lot of different weapons. They know how to use the weapons. Their bench is not as bad as some might have thought. It's a really good team. And the Knicks just have to continue to work and get better and find. They also have the Knicks have to find ways to be successful out there without. I can't even believe I'm saying this, without RJ Barrett. They got to find out what they can do when all their players are not available, and more importantly, RJ Barrett, because it seems like RJ Barrett is their best player right now, outside of Mitchell Robinson. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. It's just gonna.
he's
Take
the
some time.
player that's playing. I would say RJ is the player that's been most efficient this season, as of today. Has been most efficient.
I was gonna say, as of right
Right.
now, RJ's in the lead. Like he just passed Mitch because Mitch wasn't
Right.
as great tonight.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
say he's our best player though. I think there's this. It's
He's
clearly
been the most
Brunson.
consistent. He's been the
He's
most
been the most
consistent.
right. Most consistent this
Most
season
consistent.
so far.
Yeah. That's a better phrasing. Yeah. I'm with you on that. Good catch. Good call.
I wouldn't want anybody to destroy
Let's not think
destroy
that
us in this channel. They may demonetize us for saying that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we don't want that. So yeah, I mean it's crazy, but this is how it's all going down. Shout out to Glamour Knicks in the building. Salute, Glamour Knicks. Good to see you. I don't know. Let me see. Was there anybody else we missed? No, I think we got everybody. Salute to everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. All right. Well, guys,
it's time.
I think we should find out what. Oh, shout out to RD Barn in the building. Salute, RD Barn. I think it's time we find out what the fans are talking about. Let's check out the SKF fan watch and see what's happening around town.
All right.
In these parts.
Right.
So shout out to Bankai, follower of SKF. He said, never seen RJ Barrett act like this when he was when the going got tough here in New York. He just laid low, played ball, and focused on getting better. I know there's Knicks fans who want Zion here, and I don't blame them. In terms of his sorry, I got this freaking thing. My little, I don't know how to hide this thing. Can I hide it? No, I can't hide it.
I would say, you want me to finish it off? It says,
yeah, because I can't see the bottom.
I know there's Knicks fans who want Zion here, and I don't blame them in terms of his talent level. However, this attitude seems poor.
Yep, correct.
So
yeah, I just can't move my mouse because you guys don't see this, but behind the scenes, a little window pops up and it blocks that. Yeah. So, and this was in reference to Zion Williams' conversation. They asked him about the Pelicans' offense, and he. I don't know if he gave the right answer in this situation. He basically said that last year, because they asked him about the offensive being changed. They're running a new offense this year, and so last year when he knew about the offense, I guess they were doing some wrinkles of it. They told him, you need to buy in, and he was like, at that time, he was kind of a little bit more resistant to it. But now he's talking about it's like, yeah, now I'm trying to buy in, but he said it in such a negative way, like, yeah, I'm trying to buy in, like you can't really say that about what your coach is trying to do out there. It didn't sound good. So there's a lot of speculation that Zion's not happy with the direction of the Pelicans. So he's going to be a Knick next week after they trade for him. You didn't hear that from me. That's what the
He
rumor
wants,
mill is apparently.
he wants the market. He wants the big market. He wants to be in a place where he can shine, but he hasn't proven to be um able to stay healthy enough to warrant a big market. And that's part of the issue. You know what I mean? Because there'll be a lot of teams that'll be willing to give up a nice chunk of players and assets, you know, to include in a trade for Zion. But the fear is if you buy into it and he isn't able to play because he carries so much weight and he has a history of health issues, and that's the biggest concern right now. So it's like he's sort of caught in a really interesting place because the Pelicans could really utilize a player of his talent, especially because they got some good surrounding pieces around him. You know, they got some good talent around him that can really play, and there'll be a force to be reckoned with if he was to stay healthy. And as of today, I think he's already missed a couple of games this season, and we're only like maybe 8, 9 games in. It's probably 10 games in. So it's key. Health is key for him, and where his
Health is
trajectory
huge.
goes.
You ain't lying. Yeah. So I mean, that's Zion, folks. This is just gonna be something you're gonna have to watch all season long. The Zion saga. It's just must see TV. There's just something follows this young man, and I don't know how I feel about it personally, but I know he's a good player, and I know for the most part he's been somewhat healthy this year so far, somewhat. And he's done a lot to work on his body in the off season. And he's trying to. I heard that he's gotten rid of certain people that he has been around as far as in his personal life. So maybe he's going in the right direction. I still don't know if I'm ready to make that change for a Zion. And I don't know if the Knicks fans on the whole really want, like, we want a star type player here, but you want a guy who you could win with, who's going to make the difference. I don't know if Zion's that guy right now. Like, is he a good player? Yes, but I can't say that Zion knows how to win. I can't say that Zion knows how to be clutch and knows how to go up against the best in the league and dominate when we need him to. I can't say that about Zion. So I don't know if he's the answer. Just throwing that out there, but we'll see.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and clearly,
All right. Well,
the better that 76ers do, the further away an opportunity to get Embiid will be. So that's
yep.
also kicker, right? Like it's
Yep.
there was a lot of talk of Embiid wanting to play in a different market if they don't do well. That is obviously not the trend that's happening right now with the 76ers. So, if they continue to trend in this direction, yeah, the less opportunities we will have to take a grab at them. You know what I mean? To take him off 76ers hands. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I still don't believe that that's their number one guy. I really do think that they're all in on Donovan Mitchell. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
I hear you. I hear you, and you may be right. You may be right. I think he may be the guy. We'll see. Well, what else we got? Who else we got in the SKF fan chat? Okay. So, Ed, shout out to Ed, also a follower of Still Nick fans on X. I don't like saying that. I like saying Twitter. I'm sorry. I can't get used to this. Ed says, I blame the Celtics arena. Probably smells like old socks, mildew, and a mix of icy hot and whiskey. Probably made RJ sick. Okay, Ed.
It's hilarious.
Thank you. That's
That's
what did
funny.
it. That would do it. That would give me a migraine. Let me tell you.
Hmm.
Oh man, it's funny. Okay, what else we got? Shout out to the Strickland. You guys might be familiar with the Strickland. Yes, the SKF fan watch says, I tell you, Derek White is scrappy. Do you realize how easy it is to be scrappy when you have free reign to hit your opponents in the face? So the Strickland was not happy with the non calls in this game either. All right. So listen, I wasn't the only one, I guess. But like I said, in the end, we saw Celtics wound up with more fouls than the Knicks by a good margin. So, it is what it is. They let them play. I think we got one more. Hey, friend of the show, friend of NBK, Julito McCullum. That's right, aka Lito from The Wire, folks. You know him. He says Jalen Brunson, the best point guard the Knicks had in 30 years. I hope y'all understand that. That is true. No matter what we've kind of
true
been
statement.
seeing, there's certain things that we want Jalen to be better at. We want him to be a little bit more unselfish, pass the ball, move the ball, find his teammates, get them into the flow of the offense. He still is probably the best point guard we've had in 30 years because we've had some guys that have come in and out, that just haven't really, had the chance. Now, Marbury would be the guy, but remember Marbury's stay here and how bad it was for Marbury and how we didn't get the best of Marbury here. We saw flashes of what Marbury could be. So shout out to you, Knicks
Right.
100. Marbury would be one of those guys, but remember his stay here was bad and they didn't treat him good here. The organization didn't do great by Marbury. He had a little something to do with it, but not, it wasn't, it shouldn't have turned out the way it turned out. It was pretty bad. So
Right. Also, the sort of team that they surrounded him with wasn't really helpful to the game that he played.
right.
Matching them up with Crawford, I would have preferred them use Crawford as a 6-man. They started both. Zeke had his own idea of recreating, Pistons glory days. You know what I mean? But it just wasn't going to work. There were different type of skilled players. And again, during that time, the NBA was still, heavily used. Centers were a dominant force still to be reckoned with. The bigs dominated the game. You had your Tim Duncans, your Kevin Garnett's, Chris Webber at the time. Like you had players of that magnitude still dominating the game, where the guard play was essentially second to a dominant big man. And then we went out and got Curry, and we focused our energy on giving Curry an opportunity to be the guy, and Marbury was sort of just a second to Curry in some degree, even though he was the best player. Him and Crawford were the best players on the team at the time.
Right. And don't get me wrong, Knicks 100. I see where you're going, and I appreciate what you're saying as well. I hear you. And talent wise, yes, Stephon Marbury is more talented than Jalen Brunson, but
Not much
as a
more, though.
unit,
Not much more. Not like that.
no,
That's not
like
really true.
they have
That's not really true. They have different games. Marbury was explosive as an offensive player. He had more athletic skill, but Brunson,
yeah.
shot wise, does everything that you need him to do. I think explosiveness was what Marbury brought to the table, but outside of that, I think he is a better passer. But I think clutch gene, I would say Brunson got more of a clutch gene than Marbury did in NBA.
True.
And still,
True.
Brunson's still early in his career. He has this is his first year with the Knicks as a starter. Like you got to give him some time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Marbury came in,
that's a good point.
had Garnett as his number 2. Are you kidding me? Like, you can't be good with Garnett as your number 2? Stop. Like, there's no way.
Yeah. I was going to say that's a good point because really when you look at it, and this is early, guys, this is early. So in the end, when everything's all said and done, Brunson may be on paper the better player than Marbury. But right now, remember, Brunson's been in the league, but as a backup to Luka. Last year was his first year as a starter, a full-time starter, and you're comparing seasons. Brunson's been in the league 6 years. Marbury played 13 years. You know what I mean? Marbury made 2 all-star teams. Brunson just started last year for the first time, and people think he should have been an all-star, but he didn't make it. So I guess we got to give it some time. Right now, I could say you're probably right, but in the end, to John's point, it's a lot closer than you think. That's probably
Yeah, it's
true.
a lot
Because
closer. It's a lot closer.
like even the points per game, Marbury averaged 19 points for his career, 19.3. Brunson's shows
His
here is
assist numbers were high though.
14.5.
I think he had like 8 assists a game, right?
Yes,
Marbury's
he's a
assist
better
game was
assist player.
official, right?
7.6
Well,
for his career.
Right, but that's a different NBA too, right? Like that's again an NBA where the bigs dominated the game. You know what I mean? So he played more of the what we know as what point guards, the natural point guard position was. The new point guard position is more of a scoring position these days than they were back in the day. You know, you don't really see point guards throwing up numbers like that anymore.
I don't remember,
LaMelo
John.
Ball,
Can you
maybe?
remember? Did Marbury play good defense? I
No.
don't remember. No.
No.
Right? Okay. That's
No.
I didn't want to,
No.
I didn't want to say the wrong thing.
No.
Okay.
He was never
right.
a defensive
just double
player.
checking.
No,
All right,
he
so
was an
they're
offensive juggernaut.
They're even
though.
there.
He was an offensive, like he can hit it from anywhere, and he was skilled. He had good handles, fast, explosive.
That I remember.
You know what I mean? Like a really good jump shot. You know what I mean? Although there were times where he would get streaky, but yeah, like I'm not calling that right now. I think Brunson and him are very solid. Again, Brunson's what, 6 feet? I would say Marbury was like 6'2", 6'3", and hella strong, right? Built like a football player. You know what I mean? So different skill set, different body types.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. 6'2". Wait, I think Brunson's 6'2", right? Or is Brunson 6'1"?
I think he's 6'1", and I think they probably given him that extra inch.
6'2".
Both 6'2",
same
really?
height.
Oh, look at that.
It's a lot closer.
I'll take it back.
Well, hey,
it's a lot
I will
closer.
say this though: best seasons, which last year was Brunson's best season. Marbury's best season was in 2001 offensively. 24 points per game for Brunson last year. And Marbury's best season, 23.9, right there. 3.9 rebounds for Brunson in his best season, 3.2 for Marbury. Assist 6.2 for Brunson, 8.9 for Marbury. Yeah, he can sling the rock. And then steals per game, 1.1, 1.6 for Marbury, 0.2, 0.3 blocks. Same, that's a wash. So I mean, in actuality, you know what, guys? Marbury and Brunson may be very similar players. They're very similar players.
And they're close, just different style of players. It's just different styles.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Well, look, hey, you learn something new every day. Thank you for that, Knicks 100. Let us go down the rabbit hole a little bit. I would not have guessed that Marbury and Brunson were very, similar in certain things.
Knicks 100 said Jason Williams. Are you talking about White Chocolate, or are you talking about Duke's Jason Williams? Because Duke's Jason Williams was official. White Chocolate was a good passer.
No. Wait.
They both Jason Williams.
Wait. Really? Wait, no, I thought Jason Williams, White Chocolate was one. The other one was the guy who played for the Nets, who did the gun.
Duke.
Bang bang.
Nah, that's the one who got.
Oh,
Jason Williams, the one who got hurt in the bike accident.
Yeah, he got hurt. He played for the Bulls and got hurt. There is another Jason Williams. So there's 3.
Right. There's 3. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I forgot about
that. Not the center you're talking about, right? That played for the Nets.
Right. Yeah, he's talking about White Chocolate. Oh, that's right. There's 3 of them. That's crazy.
Yeah. Now, White Chocolate wasn't the best scorer though. Like he was a great passer though. It's amazing passer and great off for the fast break. I mean, trust me, I modeled my game off of White Chocolate and Jason Kidd. Those were my guys. And then anytime I got on the block, I thought I was Jamal Mashburn. those were my guys.
I see you. Okay, John.
It was very rarely though. That was very rare that I got on the block.
Hitting them with the mash. I hear you. All right. Well, that's it for the SKF fan watch. I think we're ready for the predictions.
What's up, gentlemen?
Hey, Jose's in the building. What's
Jose, what's
good?
up, man?
My sound effect board is not working, so I wasn't able to cut you guys off or do anything.
Oh,
Oh
man. So
man.
are you trying to tell me I got free reign? I can say whatever I want. You can't mute me?
No. He can
No.
mute you.
I can mute
Oh,
you.
no. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. No. I was just asking. I wasn't going to say nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on, baby. Come on now. Come on
The
now.
crazy part about it is that I can not only mute you, I can actually just kick you off the stream as well.
No, we don't need that. I believe in your power, bro.
We don't need
No,
that.
you good. You good. I was just asking. You know what I mean? Just so clarity.
Ron's curious. He's just curious.
just
Yeah, that's all.
curious,
I'm
okay.
that guy.
When you want to test that,
Yeah.
you want to see that curiosity come to life, you let me know.
No.
Yeah. We won't do that.
I ain't trying to test your gangster, Jose. I know who you is.
You're a boss man.
Yeah. So, last week you guys were boring because you guys chose the same exact prediction. So you guys both
Right.
won, it's
Which
a
means
draw.
I win.
You know what? I consider draw not even a win or a lose. It's just there. So I'm gonna.
No, it's a win because I'm still winning during the season. I'm still winning.
Okay, but this year for
yeah.
draws, we're not gonna play any music for none of y'all.
Okay.
It's just gonna be there, and we're just gonna move on to next week's predictions.
Tough crowd.
Okay.
Yeah, very tough. But listen, we're actually gonna start, from the last and then go to the first game afterwards. So the last game, which will be against the Timberwolves, will be happening next week, Monday. It should be ending the same thing as today, roughly about when we start our podcast next week. And so, with that being said, Ron, since you want to question my ability, I will give you the honor and the privilege of choosing who will win
first.
I mean, well, if the Knicks will win or lose their last game for this week.
Oh. I think the Knicks are going to win.
The Knicks are going to win.
Yeah.
Okay. John.
Yo.
What you think, man?
Listen, I'm going to go against the norm, man. This is where we get fat. So I'm going wins across the board. Just put them all up for me. I'm going wins completely. We got to get fat.
All across the board. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but technically the only game that you guys had the option of choosing was the last game. It wasn't that I made a mistake and left a win loss. No. What you're seeing right now in front of
crazy.
you is the results of these last three games, with tonight's game being a loss, of course, against the Knicks.
There goes the curveball.
And hey, wait. I'm not throwing any curveball yet.
Wait a minute, Jose. I don't like what he's cutting you off, B. You need to handle that, B. You know what I mean?
This is
come on, man.
This is unusual. So we're gonna do
I
this.
know how you are, brother. I ain't trying to test your gangster. This guy, he don't know.
Yeah. You know what? You're absolutely right. I'm not gonna kick him off stream. Yeah, he's muted right now. I'm not even gonna kick him off stream. I'm just gonna take him off the screen, just like that, and all that stuff. And so there he is. He's off everyone's screen. All right. You know what? It's okay. We can bring you back on, John. There you go. You're back. You're back, John. Go ahead. People can hear your voice now.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Come on.
Okay. I'll be nice and I'll bring you back onto the actual screen as well. There you go.
Gotta love it.
Ron, why you starting trouble, Ron?
I was going to throw a curveball.
Bless you.
Thank you.
See what I did there?
Was going to throw a curveball and just leave, the results of these last three games as the predictions for the next three games. But I want to be nice. So, with that being said, John, since you have the greatest confidence ever, and I love that, I'm gonna change that L to a dub. But Ron, what about you, man? How you feeling, Ron?
I'm feeling bad
Ron's
because I
feeling
know you don't want to.
jumpy. He's
I know you
feeling
don't want to see
jumpy.
this, but I thought that if the Knicks beat Boston tonight, they were going to win like 8 in a row, 9 in a row. So I think they're going to win all 4 of those games. I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries. It's okay. It's okay. There's a there's nothing to be worried about.
Still
Come
Knicks
next
fans.
week.
Like this.
Come next week, it will be a draw. There will be no music. There will be no celebration. No one will have the golden crown. No one will be made fun of. And at the same time, this counts as a
Salute.
loss. So, it's okay. It's okay. With that being said, guys, these next 4 games you have predicted all wins. I love the faith and the heart and the belief that you have on your team. Hopefully, I believe the Washington game, they will win the second group game because they lost the first one, and hopefully they win this one. I don't know how grouping works. I know how it works in soccer, and they're trying to adapt that same thing. Ain't looking too good, but we shall see. With that being said, gentlemen, it's always a pleasure being here.
Pleasure's ours.
Always.
Sure it is. Bye.
Later.
Jose's the best.
Started
man.
trouble,
Gotta-
bro. See what
no,
you're doing,
I
man?
didn't say any. No, I didn't say anything.
You
Nah,
started
I mean,
trouble.
I think
You're trying to
maybe
break
I
up
was
the Tres Mosqueritos.
I was misheard, B. I was misheard. I think that's what happened. Yeah,
You ain't
yeah,
right.
my fault.
You ain't right.
Yeah, my bad, bro. I thought I heard something. I was wrong. Yeah, we strong over here, like tres mascaritos till we die, B. We
That's
good.
what I'm
we
talking
good.
about.
My bad, bro. I don't know what I was thinking. My fault.
Foul, bro.
Anyway, yeah, man, guys, listen. Like I said, and we've already said, this was a tough one tonight. As John said, we were outmatched. It is what
Right.
it is. It's one game. This is very reminiscent of the Jekyll and Hyde Knicks. It's one loss. Hopefully, we get fat, like John likes to say. These next
get fat.
games. No reason why we shouldn't take the next 4 games and go on another 4-game win streak. So
Hibernation time. Let's get fat. Let's go.
that's what I'm saying. Let's do what we got to do and get it done. Get her done.
I personally
any
think that
final-
Minnesota game is going to be the hardest game that we see.
I think so too. That might be tough
You know
because
what I mean?
Minnesota's a weird team. You don't know what Minnesota you're gonna get. Like right now,
Right.
Minnesota stinks, in my opinion. Like they've got some talent,
They're average.
but they're just not playing
Right.
up to the talent, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
But if we get Minnesota and if all of a sudden Carl Anthony Towns wants to show up, that's a problem. Right now he's
Mhm.
invisible. But if he wants to show up against us, that can make it a little bit more difficult. And
Right.
plus, he's going to be going up against Julius, and for whatever reason, when him and Julius go up against each other, they have a nice little
It's a good
thing
battle.
going on. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Right.
Yeah, man. But any final words, brother?
Man, this was fun, man. Another great time, great day. Unfortunately, we didn't get the win, but it was cool to chop it up with you and Jose. Had a good time, had a blast. Thank you, chat, for joining us. Appreciate y'all. As always, stay blessed, stay healthy, and be safe out there. And giving me the loser sign, man. Come on. We winning. What's going on? Oh, man. Jeez.
Tough crowd, B. It's real out here, man. The Knicks lost.
Jose's
tonight,
on
man.
one a day, bro.
Yeah, he's
lost.
like, what?
You
My
gotta
soundboard's
put it out
not
there
working.
like that. Yikes.
He's like, get out of here, B. I'm not rocking with that.
Anyway, stay blessed, y'all. Looking forward to the next one. Catch y'all later. Peace.
Yeah, hey man. As I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still, Knicks fans, we'll be back again, whether it be on Monday nights at 9 p.m. ish for SKF Weekly with Ron, John, and my brother Jose holding it down. Whether it be on Thursday nights for the NBA wrap up. 8:30s on Nothing But Knicks, the NBK network. That's right, folks. Or Saturdays at 11:30 for Know the Ledge, where I talk you guys off the ledge and it's open panel. So feel free to join in, guys. If you're new and don't know about that, it allows you to come jump on the panel with me and we'll chop it up. We'll talk about whatever's going on. So yeah, man, appreciate you guys as always. The support has been fantastic. It's great to see a bunch of old names come back into the fold and be back into the community. So I'm really excited for this next season. This is only one game. We got a lot more left in the tank for this New York Knicks. So don't worry, guys. We're gonna go on a nice little run after this. I feel it. It's in my bones. We'll be all right. And once again, thank you to Jose on the ones and twos holding us down. There you go, Jose. I know you I did it for you, bro.
This is going right back up there.
Oh, damn. I don't think Jose liked it. I don't think Jose liked my rendition.
No, he didn't like it.
No, he did not. He did not. Sorry, I tried my best. Anyway. All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Have a good look. Have a good night, yo. Later.
Freedom over fame. Freedom over cycle stays the same.